We do. We do. Hello and welcome to the Hey Coach podcast. Today we are joined by Coach Pasley's AI girlfriend. Uh, Pat.
I just got married. That's crazy.
Well, that's the crazy part is you just got married and now you're dating Shoshana, the AI intelligence app. So, anything to say for yourself?
That's not where I thought we were going. So no, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I don't at
Alrighty.
all. ABC Collectibles is hot. Go check us out
Oh
on
Yeah.
my
Whatnot.
gosh.
We have like
M&T
10 sales this
Collectibles.
month.
Yeah. Do you want to buy single cards or multiple cards off two guys living in two different places? M&T Collectibles. Find them on Whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, welcome back, guys. This is episode. What is this? Episode 13. Episode 13, technically. Yeah. Episode 13 of the Hey Coach podcast. I am once again joined by my two just strikingly handsome head coaches, head coach Mike Langston and head coach Tyler Pasley. How we doing, fellas?
I'm fine. Ah,
Are you?
I'm great, dude.
Yeah. I am too. I think this is going to be a really good day. We got some fun topics. I got to go grocery shopping later. Shout out Fry's Food and Drugs. But yeah, no, I'm pretty pumped. You guys got anything before we get into today's content or?
yeah, finished my 12th book of the year a couple days ago. I texted you guys about that. I feel like that's a good accomplishment. I feel like my numbers are low though. I was talking to my mom about that. She thinks I've read more in the past. I have that little like book bibliography. I feel like I need to check my last year's numbers. I'll let you guys know.
Dudes, you lose your fastball eventually. Okay, I want to tell you this. I don't think I've read 12 books in the last 12 years. I mean, I not
Dude,
I
get off your
just
phone to read more.
dude, I just blew through the Magic Treehouse series, and after that, nothing else hit me.
Those are good.
Yeah,
What
dude,
about the Hardy Boys?
Ninjas at
Ooh, Hardy
Midnight.
Boys.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Hardy Boys is good.
No, I did a big Magic
Can you check
Treehouse
your
guy.
screen time real quick? Can you check your screen time for the fans?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because I
Here we
know
go.
because this is your problem. You're a phone fiend.
Like what am I looking at overall? Like the
You're
overall
at,
time?
yeah, the average. No,
Uh,
average per day.
average per I don't even know how to look at that.
The screen time button under settings.
Okay, settings. Screen
Guy
time.
knows how to schedule a message, but doesn't know how to look up his screen
Right.
time.
Yeah, I
All
didn't even
right.
know that was a thing.
See all apps and website activity. Okay.
Sure.
I'm not finding an average.
I don't know what your phone shows, but I feel like you are a screen time demon.
So it says my daily average is what you said?
Yeah.
39 minutes.
Yeah, so that's today. Okay, so here's what you need to do. Do CL app and website activity,
Mhm.
scroll down,
Yep.
click week, and then click that back arrow, and that should show you this past week.
Week. This is just riveting content for the guys watching this.
Yep.
I'm down 85% from last week. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'll be honest.
No, it should, and then scroll back up and look at your average. If you're on last week. Okay, so scroll down. Okay, so click that back arrow, top left.
Oh.
Okay, now scroll. Yeah, way to listen to instructions, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You want my average time?
Yeah, it's bad.
It's real bad.
Yeah.
7 hours and 59 minutes.
Are you joking? Oh my God, you spend the whole, and it's all on freaking TikTok.
No, I don't have TikTok.
39 hours and 20 minutes on social apps, dude. You're working a full-time job on your phone.
Who runs our socials?
That's true.
Our socials aren't that active.
Who runs the social for the Jacks?
He runs the socials for the Jacks too.
We should post some text message threads from the summer about posting stuff.
Oh, dude. Just My life
Anyway,
is
the reason I wanted that out there is read a book. Put your phone down. Go get a Barnes and Noble membership. It's good. Good
yeah,
for the
dude.
brain.
Yeah, how about you go chat your AI girlfriend about how much you're unhappy in your current life, gang? Let's just do that.
Just finished this great book, Trunk Music. Michael Connolly wrote The
Not an
Lincoln Lawyer.
ad. Could be though. Could be.
Yep, very good. This book was
Alrighty.
written in like 1990, so good stuff.
1900s. Alrighty, here
Yep.
we go. Let's get into this stuff. We're 5 minutes in, and all we've talked about is my improper phone usage and the fact that
Yeah.
you
Well,
you
you're
speak
wasting
sweet
time.
things to a lady on the internet. Sorry, a lady who is the internet, not on the internet. Alrighty, today we are going to be talking about something that could be kind of controversial, something that like it's not like when a lot of people think about it from the outside looking in, it's not a positive thing. Like it's not something that should happen. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised to hear people admit that it does happen, and it does happen for pretty much everybody, which is why is it okay for coaches to have favorites? I remember growing up, that was like kind of a taboo thing where it's like, oh, coaches shouldn't have favorites. You should like everybody equally, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, that's just not true. There's no line of work where the person who is slightly above everybody else in the decision-making process doesn't have favorites. I think that's probably pretty well known and accepted by now. But I think maybe in sports, it's still not, maybe just frowned upon, I could say. But I'll just kind of pass it over to whoever wants to go first. Why do you think, as a coach, it's okay to have favorites, specifically a head coach?
Mike, you want to go or me?
Oh, you got it, man. I have a feeling that you're gonna say something and then I'm gonna springboard off of you. So go ahead.
Okay, so I'll address the kind of what Strick said at first about why it's not widely accepted. I think when especially parents think like, oh, coach is playing favorites, it's strictly just, oh, he likes that kid, he's going to play more. I think is how parents typically see that. When I have favorites, it's the kids that work the hardest, and it's the kids that don't cause any issues in the classroom or at practice. That's it. I'm sure that other coaches play favorites in wrong ways. I'm sure there are other definitions of favorites, but for me, the kids that work hardest, the kids that are leaders, the kids that are taking care of their stuff in the classroom, the kids that are always picking guys up, like those guys basically extensions of the coach on the field where a coach doesn't have to constantly police everything. Those are my favorite kids. Especially just the hardest working kids. Like I'll give an example on was it Tuesday, we were in the weight room and one of our freshmen is like 5'3", like just hasn't grown yet, and he's around a bunch of juniors and seniors, and we're doing just a body squat like till failure competition. Everybody's chirping him like, oh, he's got no shot. He lasted until the very end. Like amazing work. And that kid just came off of football where his body's gassed. Like those kids that just work and don't cause issues, those are favorites. That also does not have anything to do with playing time in my eyes. Just because you're a favorite doesn't mean you just get to play. Best nine guys will play in my eyes. Like I don't think that it's a problem at all to have favorites. I think openly admitted anytime I've been a head coach, like yeah, I have favorites, but so does every other coach here. Like there are kids that like when we did NASBA, there was a kid that I didn't have a great relationship with because of attitude, but Strick got really close with him. Like that was probably one of Strick's favorites that year. Like that's just how it goes.
Shout out Fonzo, dude. Shout out Fonzie.
Yeah. Some personalities also just don't mesh super well. So like there's going to be times where a kid will get along with an assistant coach better than the head coach, and that might be an assistant coach's favorite. That's okay. It's just where coaches can get in trouble is when you just start playing those guys regardless of ability. That's the fine line that you have to play, and that's just kind of how it is, I think, as a coach.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think that, especially of the three of us, if anyone is going to make decisions based on ability and how I think they're going to help the team win, I think I err way further on that side than playing like the person. And I think you guys can agree with me on that. Like,
Yeah.
You've seen my spreadsheets. You know that I'm trying to
Yeah.
put the best nine on the field at all times, regardless of how that may make certain people feel. Um, and
Yeah.
so, but I do have favorites, and my favorites are very much the same as Paz. Those are the guys that come every day ready to work, come every day ready to lead, regardless of whatever their status or perceived status is on the team. I mean, we have guys that aren't going to play this year that I would consider my favorites because of the intangibles, the leadership qualities they bring, um, their like team first mentality. We have guys that are big team guys that to them it doesn't even. I mean, everybody wants to play. I don't want to say that it doesn't matter to them if they play or not, but their playing time and their time in the lineup isn't what is going to be uh, like most valuable to the team, if that makes sense. Um, and another thing I want to get out there that I think a lot of people don't realize, at least for me, um, if you are, a quote unquote favorite of mine, I'm going to be 10 times harder on you than I am anybody else. If you're a guy that is kind of like you feel like, oh man, I'm just kind of like skating by, like nothing, really ever. Like, man, coach is really hard on that guy over there. Like, it's because I expect a lot out of that person because they're one of my favorites. And so I think sometimes guys get into this mindset of like, oh man, coach is always picking on me. Like why is he always coming after me? Like that guy does the same thing I just did. Like it's it's because like regardless of whether we want to admit it or not, like we have a standard for the program, right? But then we have standards for those that we think need to be leading the program. And so um, if if you're one of my favorites, I'm just letting you know right now, you're going to be held to a higher standard. You're going to be expected to show up early, stay late, be a leader, um, and I'll call you out if you're not. So it's not always sunshine and rainbows being a coach's favorite either. Um, it can sometimes be harder than not.
100%. And I think you guys hit everything I was going to say. The one thing I didn't expect to be brought up that I thought was going to be like, ooh, this is what I'll add. A lot of times, favorites don't necessarily see the field the most. Like, I can think back to the few teams we've coached together, and there have been guys who I'm like, I would live and die for this kid, but is he going to get a start? Absolutely not. Like, he's just not there yet. But I think where that kind of comes into play that a lot of people don't realize is being a coach's favorite may not always mean starts, but it may mean getting an opportunity, in certain spots. Like there's a blowout, you're either getting blown out or you're blowing somebody out. And we start moving lineups around, and it's like, hey, Jimmy has been working hard. He's always on time, always has a good attitude, always picking up his teammates. He gets this next spot, like he gets this next at bat, or he gets to finish the game on the mound, whatever it may be. Um, and I think Mike also kind of hit the nail on the head where being a favorite means you don't get to just you don't get to skate by. Like you don't get that grace. Like you're a favorite, you're a leader, as Mike said. You're expected to, not have those small moments of, those small lapses in judgment, those uh small, taking plays off that some guys may be able to do, and we don't react as badly, or if that favorite is in the dugout, we expect him to be locked in 100% of the time, right? When we look down the bench. So yeah, being a favorite isn't really all it's cracked up to be. I don't know if I was ever really a favorite. I know I always worked hard and I was a good teammate, but yeah, do you guys ever think you were a favorite on a team?
Not when I can tell you when I was a basketball player, I definitely was not because I had much more attitude in
Mm,
basketball, and I was not always, I don't think, the best teammate because I would let the physical side of the game and like getting a little chirpy, I would let that get in the way. Like I know there was a game my senior year where had a bad first half, had like two fouls and got pulled and barely played, and then I remember I'll never forget this. I got a steal at half court, went in for a layup, and I jump stopped, hit the layup. The kid flopped. The ref called a charge. I said something to the ref. I got a technical. Sat down for the rest of the game. Like that attitude that I had did not exist on the baseball field. So I think I was on the baseball field because I was pretty cool, calm and collected for the most part in terms of just like play. Like if I had sometimes performance, I'd get pissed, of course, but basketball wise, never. Baseball, I think at times I was.
Yeah, I mean, I if we're judging it based on like what our definition of a favorite is, then probably there was times where I was used as an example of someone who maybe wasn't playing as much as I wanted to be, but was still doing whatever I could to make sure the team was successful, whether that was going and getting foul balls or warming up the outfield or even taking pitchers down to the pen and getting guys loose. Um, so I was at times used as an example of like, this is the kind of teammate that you want. And so if we're going based off of our kind of definition of a favorite, then maybe. But I've never just came out and asked or been told like, "Oh, you were one of my favorites." So I don't know. Maybe. What about you, Strick?
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
That's not true.
I had good relationships with almost all my coaches, like all the head coaches, all the assistants. Like, I think there's only ever been one coach I've ever had like an issue with, and it lasted like a week. But like, I can tell you, like, I was always a guy, like, I knew who I was. Like, I was always very realistic of like my skill set, my future, like my what I did for my teams. I knew I was never like the guy. And so I was just like, I was happy to be there. I was always having a good attitude. Like, I think if you were to like ask my past head coaches, they would just call me a glue guy. Like, I wasn't always playing, but I was always involved, always doing what I could. Anything that could help the team, I was down for. Like in college, every year we we volunteered at this haunted forest, um, and we did was walk people through the haunted maze and blah blah blah. And like, yeah, did it suck? Because we had to give up some of our time away from practice to do it. Yeah, but I went to every single one. I didn't lie. I didn't say, "Oh, hey, coach, I actually have this going on." I showed up, and I was an RA, and every single recruit we had from my sophomore year on, they stayed with me. Or like I was the one to give them a tour of the school. So like, yeah, like there was a chance. Never, like you said, Mike, never been told, but like I just know that if I was my own player, like if I was coaching my younger self, I'd just be like, yeah, glue guy. Like he does all the things right, doesn't think he's anything more than he is, and takes advantage of opportunities when he gets them.
It's the exact definition of what you're saying of like a guy that would be my definition of like, yeah, he does every little thing. He knows his role, doesn't have an issue with it. But like kind of what you mentioned earlier, if there's an opportunity where like we're up by a lot, down by a lot, or there's just a situation like, hey, that guy's probably going to go in because it's a trust thing. Like I think that kid's going to go do something. I can trust him not to, not to blow up. Like there, it's I think it's a thing that players really though they don't get it until either they start coaching or they're done playing. I think it's
Yeah.
hard to see it when you're in the moment. Like they're to kind of use like our program. I have two kids that I've already given roles. They're both seniors. Anytime we're in the weight room, I've started just giving him like the workout for the day and like, hey, you're running it, and he does it to perfection. It works way better when he runs it than when I run it. And he's coming off a year where he didn't see a lot of success, but he's getting recruited. Like he does a lot of little things right. He's an extremely hard worker. And then there's another kid when we're on the field, like he kind of gets our stretch going. And like it's just like those little things. Like I know that I can trust those guys to do that. Like they're two of my favorites already. They work really hard. They're never an issue. They're taking care of the classroom. Like it's kind of a simple thing, but can get blown up into kind of drama at times. But like what you're saying, Strick, like a guy like you, especially at the college level, like college coach is going to lean on you hard.
Yeah, and like it wasn't. I think the not a problem we have, but like I just think that a lot of guys nowadays they don't like they see a problem with being that guy. Like I could have had an ego on me, and when I got bumped out of my spot in the outfield, halfway through my sophomore year, and just gradually saw less playing time. Like I made the decision myself to become a PO because I just kind of saw the writing on the wall and said I'm either the fourth right fielder or I can go and try and help my team a different way. Um, so like I took myself out of that outfield spot. And even my outfield coach at the time, who ended up being my head coach, Mike Dahl, shout out Mike. He told me later on, like end of my senior year, he's like, I wish you would have stuck with outfield. He goes, if you would have just like you could have just outworked those guys and gotten better and found your way back on, into the starting nine. And I was like, yeah, I could have, but I made the choice not to. But like the point I'm getting at is I could have had an ego about those things. I could have, just stuck in the, kept myself in the outfield and been unhappy. And then I wouldn't have been as useful to my team, right? I would have had a bad attitude. I probably would kind of pull myself away from team activities and team stuff. Probably would have transferred. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, but instead I saw the positives of like, I'm getting some money from school. I'm with a lot of my good friends. I'm somewhere where I'm happy. I'm just gonna ride this out and do my job. And like I got my senior night inning. I got my innings in Tucson when we went down for our spring break trip. I think my senior year, I only pitched like 6 innings. Like I wasn't out there. I was barely out there. But another point of it was like I wasn't a problem. Like there's a lot of guys who were in my shoes at some point and were a problem about it. They were upset about their playing time. They weren't working harder to get better, and so they just decided to just be like, meh, screw this. But like we're losing out on the guys who are just they're okay with being a part of the team. They're okay with working towards a common goal as the team. They don't really personal success isn't the most important thing. I think we're kind of getting away from that.
What would you say? Question for both of you: with how college baseball is going right now, as a freshman, how do you kind of separate yourself? Because you got to think these rosters, like just using the Arizona example, these NAIA schools here, they're carrying 100 guys. How do you
Mm-hmm.
separate yourself and, in theory, become kind of one of the favorites when there's 99 other guys?
Skip.
Um, Man, I don't know. I think coming in and like putting your head down, working hard, being coachable is really big, right? Like you got to come in and be able to accept coaching, like not just come in and work hard, but when you're given correction, like be um, like apply it, right? Like apply that coaching. Like you can't just like blow off coaching and just be a super hard worker and expect to stand out. I mean, you might stand out, but you're going to stand out as a guy who doesn't accept coaching, which when you're going up against 100 guys is probably not a way to make a living in baseball. Um, Other than that, I mean, like having natural talent, having like the it factor, like that's something that you don't have a whole lot of control over. I would just focus on what you can control, which is that you're gonna show up early, get extra work in, uh, work hard, be coachable, be a good teammate, do the little things that make a good teammate. Like I mentioned earlier, like we're going and we're shagging foul balls during games and scrimmages. We're jumping up when coach says, "Hey, go get Joe Hot." Like, go do it. Be the guy that jumps up, grabs a grabs a mask and a glove and goes down and gets a pitcher hot. Keep the outfielders loose. We had little stuff like that. We played in cold weather. I mean, all of us have played in cold weather, and we would get a group that in between innings would like take a jog down to the foul pole and back. Keep your legs loose. Just stay ready in case coach called upon you. Like, be one of those guys. Don't be the guy that like sits on the bench, complains, pouts because they're not getting playing time, isn't really a part of the team. Like, don't be that guy because that gets noticed. You might think you're flying under the radar, but guess what? We see it. So, um, I hit on a bunch of stuff there, but I guess my big things would be like be a good teammate, be coachable.
Yeah.
The reason I asked that, like for any plex, I know that there are a couple college players that listen to this. Like, if there are any of you that are not getting PT or you feel like you're not getting noticed, Langston just give a fairly basic answer of like, do the little things. And that can separate yourself because those guys that aren't doing the little things, like Mike just said, we see when you're not doing something. Like, if you do the little things, that's an easy way to stick out.
Yeah. There's and I'll answer the question, but this is like a little side part here. I mean, I think as soon as I say this, you'll have someone who pops in your head. I think everybody will have someone pop into their head when I give you this. Think of a guy who was better than the guy playing in front of him, but wasn't playing due to not doing those little things. Like that, like attitude problems. I in college, there were a bunch of guys I knew on our team who were freak athletes. They were either, they had something about them that should have had them in the lineup, but they weren't coachable, right? They would pout on the bench when they wouldn't start, right? They'd get pulled for a reason and they'd rant and they'd rave and they'd be posting things on, Twitter or blah, 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 and they would make their way back to their coach. I'll be honest, there was like my freshman year, I got hot at the right time and I started like 3 weekends in a row, but like I was not the best option for us out there. Like I said, I just got hot, but the guy who was supposed to be in front of me was just being a jerk. Like he was pouting on the bench and he wasn't doing those little things, right? Instead of being the guy who's on the bench trying to work his way back into the lineup, when a foul ball would happen, he would just go like, "Hey, freshman, go get that," right? Like he would push off those little things on other people, and he was just like, "Well, I'll get back in the game because I'm better."
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 kids immediately pop up.
Yeah, there's always somebody, dude. I mean,
I had a guy I played with, man, maybe the most like physically gifted person I've ever played the game with, and he could not get in the lineup because he would not get out of his own way with the coaching staff.
Yep.
Would show up to work to weight room sessions, like not lift. Like the joke was always like, "Oh man, like it must suck to be like that physically gifted and like not have to work out. Like that must suck." I mean, just so much pop, like the hit tool off the charts, like he could run. And then, but because he wasn't playing, because of whether it was his attitude or whatever it was that the coach had seen, because at the time, as a player, I'm like, this dude should be in the lineup. Like this guy can play, but he wasn't playing for whatever reason, right? And I remember very vividly, we were at an away series, and we were beating the brakes off this team. I can't even remember what school it was, but coach goes down to put him in the game. Like, hey, you're gonna take this AB for Jimmy, and he straight up just looked at the coach and said, "Nah, I'm good." And I like everyone was like, "Dude, what?" And we took the bus back to the school, and he was off the team that night. I mean, like, just again, physically the most talented person I've ever played with, and just could not get out of his own way to get himself in the lineup and get himself playing time. It was crazy to me.
I think a lot of people are going to hear a story like that or have heard a story like that and go, well, it's the coach's fault. If he's the best player, he should be playing. If he's that physically gifted, but he doesn't want to be a part of a team, he doesn't want to be coached, go play tennis. Like, go find an individual sport you can play where it's just you, and you'll be great. But baseball doesn't operate that way. It's not like a well, this guy's the worst human we've ever met, but he's going to help us win games, so we'll play him. If that's happening, the coach needs to rethink some things, because it's nine guys. It's nine guys. It is so easy for one guy to drag down the rest of the team, because then that let's just call him an awful human, but to be a little extreme, that awful human is getting playing time. The guys on the bench who are doing everything right, who are good kids, go, why am I doing it? Like, why am I doing everything right and he's being rewarded? So, like, it's just, there's a lot more that goes into it than just, well, he's the best player, so he'll play. Like, you have to be generationally good to have that happen to you.
When I have a very similar story. My sophomore year of basketball, I'll never forget this. Um, had a teammate played with my whole life. He had attitude problems, but man, he could shoot like you wouldn't believe. Like
Guard him when he gets out of
legitimately,
bed.
yeah, well, like legitimately, probably was like a 40% 3-point shooter as a sophomore in high school. Like had games where he just could not miss. But when he had games where he wasn't making, his defense was awful. He wouldn't pass, like he would make bad decisions. And he was a guy that would do all that stuff. Like he, for sure, my sophomore year, we were like the two scorers. We were playing a non-conference game. I had 15 in the first half. We came out in the second half, and he got pulled because of defense. They tried to put him back in. He said, "Nope." As a sophomore in high school, I had no idea that happened until after the game, and then ended up kind of blowing up into this whole thing. But like this kid, shout out Brock, like man, he could shoot it, but just had some attitude issues. But man, he like just kind of one of those guys at times. He ended up cleaning that up as a varsity player, but just kind of had a rough day that day. But it is crazy to see it. Like when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
when it's on your team, it's crazy to watch that.
Yeah. I'll answer the original question now, which is, like, as a freshman, what can you do? I'm gonna go like slightly different spin on it. Okay, if you're a freshman in college and you're trying to set yourself aside, do everything we've talked about, right? Do everything. Be the most positive guy, right? Don't be that guy on the bench who's not playing and talking shit, because nobody likes that guy. Okay, but just be just so over the top positive for the guys in the field. Keep the guys on the bench locked in. Um, and eventually you'll get opportunities, right? That naturally they'll come. You do the right things for long enough, you will get your moments. Okay. I'll say this to any player out there: do all those things so that later in life, those coaches become an asset to you. They become somebody that you can lean on or call when you need something professionally, personally. I mean, I can tell you there's probably 99% of players that we've coached who they could call me right now and say, "Hey, coach, I need you." And I'd be dropping everything. What do you need? Do you need a ride? Do you need a letter of rec? What is it? Right? I don't think people truly understand how much um, your coaches can do for you. Truthfully, like I said, I've had great relationships with every single head coach I've ever had. I would feel comfortable calling all of them right now and going, "Hey, I'm applying for a coaching job in the fall. Could you write me a letter of rec, please?" And some of them I haven't talked to in maybe a year or two. I still think 100% of them would go, "Absolutely. Let me go ahead. What do you need me to say? Who am I writing it to?" Um, so if you're not going to, do it for your time there, but also do it for your time after. Because I think we can all, at some point or another, say that a coach has helped us in our personal life and our professional life. Um, like, just to use a really easy example, like Paz was the one who got me into coaching at Coco. I could have been, a real bad assistant coach. I could have had an attitude problem. I could have had an ego problem. And then when Paz goes to NAU, he could have said, "I'm not calling Strick. That guy was a headache to deal with at Coco. Why would I bring him?
Yeah.
Why would I try to bring him over to NAU?" But because I wasn't those things, we were able to just go, hey, Paz calls me, I come, we do something fun. Or even Nate Flores, right? Former player, now an awesome assistant coach for us. If he was a nightmare as a player, there's no way in hell Mike would have brought him on as an assistant, right? But now Nate has this new opportunity, this new chapter in his life in front of him, because as a player, 99% of the time, Nate was doing the right thing, right? We all slam our helmet against ASU in the fall eventually. But
Well, think about it though. Like when he had those lapses, and when he was held accountable for those lapses, he learned from them.
Oh yeah,
and he was coachable in that sense, right? It would have been very easy for him to, he was there, so it's not like we're like calling him out. But we play that game against GCU. He says something to the umpire. We yanked him from the game. I mean, and that's our starting shortstop. That's our leadoff hitter, and we had been very clear from the very beginning that like we are not going to show up umpires, we're not going to show up coaches, we're not going to show up teammates. That happened, and our leader, our guy, did that, and we held him to the same standard that everybody else was expected to be held to. And I don't want to say like an example was made of him, but like it was. So well, I don't like the connotation that comes with like making an example of someone, right? Like
no,
he was held to the standard, and he learned from it, and it didn't happen again, right? And then that showed everybody else that like, hey, our leader, to be quite frank, one of our favorites was held to the same standard as everybody else, and nobody's above that standard. And I thought it was something that had to happen.
100%. And when you do that, if you're a coach out there and you've never benched your best player, it is such a you see the effects throughout the team. Like you said, everyone goes, "Oh no." Like they just benched him. Like I have to be on, I can't go on either side of the line. I have to ride that line and be as good as I can behaviorally, everything. And I think, gosh, in the time at NAU, I mean, we've benched Nate. We've benched, shout out Luke Root, who's been like a perennial starter for us since he's been a freshman. We've benched Luke a couple times just because, like, slams a helmet, does something silly and goofy. But like you said, just like Nate, you bench Luke Root and you go, hey, man, you did this. This is why you're getting pulled. And he's like, yeah, I got that. That's on me. My bad. 100%. Logan Calvert for the Jacks. Gunner, bless him. All these guys who, we see as good, hardworking, competitive guys who are also good at the game, we have benched at some point because they do something dumb. And all of those guys, when you do it, they'll go, yeah, I fucked up. That's on me. And then guess what? Probably not going to happen again for the rest of the season.
Funny little anecdote on Nate, by the way. When I first met Nate, Fonzo was like, hey, this guy can help you with hitting. So I guess he was struggling. This was when he was at the school in West Virginia, the D2. So his Christmas break, we worked upstairs at Coco on some hitting stuff, and like I could see he was like feeling like what we were working on, and like it was starting to create like better ball flights. He at the end of his season, his D2 season, he texted me and he goes, "Hey, I never listened to anything you said," and I go, "Nate, I know that," and then he goes, "I wish I would have. It was working." I was like, that's part of it, man. You'll fix it next year. Like Nate's growth as a person has been really fun to watch. Shout out Nate.
Dude, you want to talk about growth as a person? Let's stick with the Flores clan. Chris Flores. If you want a step-by-step instruction on how to be a glue guy, how to do every little thing right, it's Chris Flores. He is a sophomore who has worked his ass off and has seen a fair amount of success on our team. I don't think there's somebody who beats him to a foul ball if he's not in the game. Like if he's not in the game, he will beat everybody to a foul ball. He will pick up a guy in the outfield. He'll warm up every single person he can. Like if you know Chris Flores and you want to just learn how to be a complete team ball player, just go watch him. That kid does it right.
And you see that, right? Because we just had our holiday gift exchange, and we'll leave the gifts out of it, but we did talk about our fall World Series award winners and our captains for the season, right? And Chris Flores was named our fall World Series offensive MVP. And what kind of ovation did he get from his teammates? I
Dude,
mean,
he zips up his pants and gets an ovation. The boys love him.
mhm.
I think if you want a swift death, step to Chris Flores and watch 29 other guys just swarm. Like that
Mhm.
guy is just beloved by all. And it's because he does everything right. It's because he does the little things. He's a good teammate. No one is stepping up for the guy who doesn't do anything to help the team and has a bad attitude. Nobody.
And we've seen that.
Chris is a great example of when we were his coach JV season, Strick. He was by far one of our favorites. He didn't play very much.
No.
I think he played half the games, but like he was still one of our favorites.
Yeah.
But and hearing him grow like that doesn't shock me at all. But like that's a prime example of just because you're a favorite doesn't mean you're going to play all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, it's something. And again, like if you're a young guy listening, or if you're a college guy, if you're anybody listening, just do the little things right, because it's going to come back to help you. It may not be playing time, it may not be wins, but like somewhere down the line, you're gonna see the benefits of doing those things. Yeah. All right. Well, real quick, we did have a second part of that. We've kind of answered it. The second part was, why is it okay to have coach favorites as a coach?
We answered that.
Yeah, we're good.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. So, with that, let's move on to the fun talking point of the show, which both of my buddies here are super excited for. 1, it's a draft. 2, they get to be analytical about it. And 3, they both know that they're fighting for first because I'm taking third. So they're just pumped for this one.
So just real quick though, on my approach to this, I don't know that I'm necessarily fighting for first, because I'm actually thinking of more fun names that fit our categories more than anything. So I may try to go like all fun team versus like try to beat Mike and his pulling whatever analytical
his cyborg that he's building over there.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think it'll be fun. What we're doing is this. We are all going to take turns selecting a guy for a specific attribute. We're essentially building the ultimate baseball player. We're going to be selecting from speed, power, size, arm strength, hit tool, fielding, and IQ. So 7 things that we're going to try to build the ultimate ball player in our mind. Now, like Paz just said, it could be fun. Langston is over here. He has been on Baseball Savant this whole time. He has been paying attention to 0 things anybody else has said.
That's
he has
just
said
not true.
what he wanted to, and then he's like, "All right, let me go look at some numbers."
That's just not true. Mostly.
Who goes first? And are we doing a snake draft?
Dude, can you figure out how to do a snake draft?
Yeah. Oh no, I know how to do a snake draft. I've known this whole time. It's just it's a bit, It's a bit. A snake draft is so easy to understand. One guy picks, then the next guy, and yeah, it's a snake draft. So it's pretty fun.
Also, Strick, I know that we haven't decided what kind of draft we're doing yet, but are you gonna kind of keep track of what we got going on for?
Yeah, dude.
For the socials.
What's another thing on the plate?
Okay. Paz has got
sweet.
it.
Sweet.
Okay. So just real quick, just hit me with the tools again. That way I can write it.
So
speed.
It's the 5 tools plus size and IQ.
So speed, power tool,
arm, hit, fielding.
Yeah. Fielding. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep track of this. That way we can post a graphic or something that takes a little bit of weight off your what's the draft order?
Strick, you want to go first?
I think you need
since you got to do all this work. Do you want the first? Or do you want the first? You pick what pick you want. How about that?
I'll Well, I'll take I'll go third, just
He'll go
because
third. Okay.
let's be honest, the results have been written. They were written long ago on how this draft was going to play out.
Third's a good
Let
pick
me
in a
ask
snake draft.
let me ask you this though: Are we going down the list? Are we
No.
or are we just bouncing?
Random.
Yeah. Bounce
Whatever
around.
you want. Yeah.
All right,
There's
so-
strategy to this.
Mm-hmm.
With that in mind, I will give the first pick to Michael Langston because only one of us has abandoned the bad boys of Flagstaff. So
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out
Yeah.
Bonds. All right.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
All right. I'm taking my high IQ guy first, and I'm going Yachty.
you mother. I'm not joking. I'm literally typing out Molina under my IQ as you were saying that. That's you bastard.
Too late.
Team, what's your 15-second synopsis on why?
Oh man, I think his ability to control a game from behind a plate, manage a pitching staff.
God dang
In
it.
my time, I don't think I've ever seen anything so complete from a catcher. I think you can make an argument for like Pudge previously, but I never got to see it. And so like
Yeah.
he would control a game from behind the dish, doing like all the little things that were between the ears. I mean, he was obviously super physically gifted, like could throw the hell out of the ball. Was a great defensive catcher, but I think the IQ and how he could control a game kind of set him apart for me.
Yeah.
All right.
And keep in mind when we're making these picks, everybody, this is like all of these attributes in one person. Let's not forget that. And the reason I say that is because I'm going to go size first. So I'm thinking builds of players I've seen. Dan Uggla has potentially the best just build of any baseball player I've ever watched.
It's like
for those of you that don't, second baseman with forearms the size of refrigerators that hit bombs. Like Dan Uggla was fantastic, and he was also like actually good.
Mm-hmm.
Like 20 homer years, I think 3 or 4 times. And he's also like 5'8", like just a unique looking player. So Dan Uggla, who's going to have elite speed and hit bombs once I get going here, but also just a great guy.
Yeah. It's like if you took a caveman and taught him to play baseball. Like that was his build.
Yeah.
Like he was just he was
Swing
built
bat hard.
Yeah, he was built for just survival and lethality. Like that was it.
Yep.
It's a fun name too. I love Dan Uggla.
Dan, dude, we should do just a thought. We need to do an all name team for one of our fun things.
Add it to the list.
Maybe next episode on the Hey Coach podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
You get 2.
I get 2. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm gonna go arm, and I'm gonna go Vladimir Guerrero, Sr.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
That one's pretty
Arm,
self-explanatory.
Yeah, I mean, if you've never seen Vlad Guerrero highlights, throwing highlights specifically, go watch that. Stop listening to this podcast. Go watch them on YouTube. Second pick. God, this one. Oh, power. Barry Bonds.
Yep. That tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. Which big news? Unless it was a fake account. Did I see correct that they were considering Barry in the Hall of Fame voting coming up? Or is that fake?
He's already off the ballot.
Yeah, it's probably fake.
Oh. Dude.
He would have to be voted in by that Veterans Committee or whatever that is.
Night jailed, dude.
Yeah, people need to stop taking advantage of me on social media.
Zach Gallen is almost a Cub. Got out, by the way. We'll touch on that.
Shout out, Bob.
He should give us his winter meetings press credentials. Like, what are we doing?
All he does is if the headline is Zach Gallen and then it is or is not almost a Cub, he flips a coin. And then it's heads is, tails is not. All right,
Okay,
back to Paz.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So because he was mentioned in the before we got going here, I'm not gonna pick Dansby Swanson for IQ or fielding, even though he was going to be my IQ pick. So thanks for that, Mike. So what I'm gonna do?
He's still on my list.
Field. Yeah, it doesn't have the same feel now, unfortunately. So for fielding, I'm gonna go who, in my eyes, was the best shortstop I've ever watched in my life until Dansby, was Andrelton Simmons.
Simba.
I think he was like the first guy that like could really like change a game defensively, and like you could just tell, even though he played on a god awful Angels team. Also, Andrelton Simmons, former Cubs legend for a year, so he was really good. And one thing, if you're an infielder, one thing that, and Dansby Swanson's actually talked about this, Andrelton Simmons is really good about preserving his arm across 162. Elite about using his lower half when he throws.
Very cool.
Or Mike, you get two.
Yeah, so I'm going to take power and speed back to back. I've got a
Okay,
fun.
you're gonna go
I've
Adam
got
Dunn.
I've got a fun power name, but I don't like. I've got chalk and I've got fun. So I'm going to start with speed, and then I'm going to decide what I want to
You're
do.
a chalk. You're a chalk guy.
Just
Yeah,
say
so
Big
for
Christmas
speed,
and
for
move
speed,
on,
I'm
dude.
going Ricky Henderson because it's got to be Ricky.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
You know what?
Okay.
You talked me into this because you said I'm a chalk guy, but I'll pull up the StatCast to prove it. No, for power, I'm going O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah.
Okay.
O'Neal Cruz.
StatCast for that.
O'Neal Cruz has hit in my life the furthest ball I've ever seen hit in person. I think I sent you guys the video that night of like he hit the damn near hit the truck up on the concourse at Chase Field in right field. It was like a 475-foot bomb. Like it was incredible.
Yeah.
I think that there's obviously other options out there. We're talking about all time, but like I think his average exit velo is like way higher than anybody else's. He just doesn't hit enough. So we'll get him a better hit tool here in this created player, and he's gonna be a dangerous guy. So yeah, O'Neal Cruz for power.
O'Neal Cruz was in the fall league the year I worked it. Watching him take batting practice, when he would make contact, and the reason I say that is because that boy swings and miss a lot. It sounds like a gunshot when he makes contact, and he would hit some insane homers. But he has the hardest hit ball, I believe, in StatCast era, 123 or something.
Yeah, it's like 120. Yeah, it's in the low 120s.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, so you guys both have power, so I don't need to do that. Nobody has hit tool, which I think is interesting. I think there's an extremely obvious one.
There is.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's Adam Dunn, but I'm not going to pick that. So I think.
Go with your second. Go with Mr. Padre. Just do it.
So no, I don't want to. I'm not going. I literally said I'm not going chalk. I'm not going chalk. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick again. I'm going for fun names that I watched. And if there is a guy that had an elite hit tool that probably doesn't get talked about enough, it's Michael Young, former Rangers legend.
Oh, nice.
That's fun.
And dude, he had several years he hit like 330. Michael Young was really good.
Yeah.
Also Vladimir Guerrero's teammate in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael Young played shortstop, played third base, really good player.
Yep.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. I like that.
Well, that leaves Gwyn for Strick here.
Well, I'm actually going IQ first. I'm gonna go Maddox, Greg Maddox.
Yeah, the professor.
The professor, dude.
The OG professor. We're not talking about Kyle Hendricks around here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
He just retired. Congrats.
Shout out.
Mm-hmm. He'll probably be a Cubs Hall of Famer.
The league's better for it. God, if we were doing I kind of wish I could go back on my arm pick because I love Rick Ankiel. I almost want to say Rick Ankiel for arm.
Simmer. What are we doing?
I'm just saying. I'm just talking to the people.
That's insane.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do a fun size one. Since I've done a lot of chalk, give me Prince Fielder. Prince Fielder for size. Yeah, I want all of that moving around the bases with the speed of Barry or the power of Barry Bonds and the arm of Vlad Sr. That's a weapon.
Prince Fielder also a big high IQ guy. He would have fit there.
Yeah, that's
Fielder
the fun.
ball player.
That's the fun thing about this is that there's just so many options. Like
Yeah.
unless you go for speed, I want David Ortiz. Like that's bad. But like there's just a lot of really good ones that you can go with.
Those are good picks, but so Strick just blew my pick that I was going to pick, so I'm going to take him now. So I appreciate that. And I kind of think that Mike would have had this guy on his radar, Rick Ankiel,
Dude.
or King Yips. Came up and threw 120 as a Cardinals pitcher, and then figured out, hey, I don't know where the strike zone is. I'm just going to go play the outfield, and then would just throw missiles from center field. Like Rick Ankiel, man, legend.
Another one of those guys who would do incredible things, like Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt will hit a ball off the jumbotron in center at Chase and not care. Rick Ankiel will hose a guy from 400 feet on a line and just be completely stoic about it.
Yeah. His interview about him battling the yips is really interesting. If you guys have not seen that, or it might have been a documentary, but it was really interesting. For those of you that do not know who Rick Ankiel is, look him up because he was like a big time prospect as a pitcher. It didn't work out, and then he's like, I'm just gonna go play the outfield with the same exact arm, like just an athlete.
Just put a bump stock on his arm and just go out there and hose guys, dude. It was nuts.
Mikey at 2. Also, just based on name value, my team is smoking your guys's.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go arm and fielding because I want to come up with a fun hit tool guy, and all the guys I have listed right now are like guys that I didn't really grow up watching, and so I need to have a little bit more time to think about that. Michael Young was a really good pick.
Good, man.
I feel like I've taken my guy that I didn't get to watch, and that was Ricky Henderson. So I'm gonna move on to more people that I've seen. So for fielding, I'm gonna go Andrew Jones in center field.
Ooh, yeah.
Double-digit Gold Glove, should be a Hall of Famer. Toyed around with putting him in the power slot as well because he also used to drop bombs. I think he had a 50 homer year. But he was a guy that he was a guy that it was well known played a shallow center field because he had no problem going back on the ball, and that's not something that you see often with outfielders. Yeah, I mean, other guys I had like Omar Vizquel in there. I had Ozzie Smith. But again, like I didn't see Omar till the end of his career, and then I never saw Ozzie play. So we'll go Andrew Jones.
That's a fun pick. He should be a Hall of Famer.
He's just like a different version of Dexter Fowler. That was just a piss off pass. I'm just trying to get him wound up.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go with my arms next, because I don't think neither one of you is gonna pick my size guy because it's very specific to me. I talk about this guy all the time.
We already have ours too.
Oh yeah, and you guys already have yours. How about that? For arm, I'm going. What was that?
You're gonna pick Yasmani Tomas for size, I assume?
No. It's like a serious pick, but like you'll get it when I make it. You'll be like, okay, yeah.
Okay.
For arm, I'm gonna go Yoenis Cespedes.
That's a fun pick.
Big time arm.
Cuban missile.
I think back to he picked up that ball in the left field corner and just like threw it on a line to home plate with no hop. And like
after he booted it.
After he kicked it around down there and then throws a guy out at home plate. So again, like of people that I've seen, like again, just like one of the strongest arms. I toyed with going Colby Rasmus there also because I saw him. I saw him in Yankee Stadium with an outfield assist from center field when he was with the Blue Jays, and it was a dot. And we all know I love Colby Rasmus. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go Cespedes. To me, that makes sense.
My two arm picks were Rasmus and Ankiel because I watched Rasmus when he was a Cardinal. Colby Rasmus was fun.
You see,
that
he
throw
didn't
you're-
get voted into the Hall of Very Good. That's such crap, dude.
Yeah, it's criminal. It's
It's
criminal.
ridiculous. Shout out the Hall of Very
We'll have
Good.
him.
It's not his fault, but
We'll have him.
the people
we'll have him on
just
the
don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
There's a lot of
it's not his
non-ball
fault.
knowers.
It's the people's fault. People
Yeah,
just
it
don't
is.
know ball. It is what it is.
Voters suck.
They do. It's
Oh, they do. That's true.
literally the Hall of Very
Oh.
Good. He was very good.
He was very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
Um,
go ahead.
So that throw that you're talking about, that was at Angel Stadium, correct?
Yeah.
That left field corner.
I think he do that like back-to-back nights, or like he took a night off from it and did it again. Am I remembering that correctly?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I'll go watch it later, but I'm pretty sure he did that. Like he was kicking a ball around and hosed the guy at home, and then like a night later did the exact same thing, and they just don't learn. Fire that
I'm gonna
third base
go-
coach.
I'm going to go speed, and this is pulling on my Cubs nostalgia because this guy was electric for like 2 years, and I don't think he ever did anything again.
Don't.
Juan Pierre.
Tony Campana.
Oh,
That
okay.
was
I almost
legend,
went
that
Tim
dude-
Castro, so
That's gross.
That's
Similar
really
guy,
gross.
though. Similar guy. Tony Campana, I believe, had a week where he had like 2 inside the park home runs as a Cub in like 2009 or something. Tony Campana was like one of those guys as a Cubs fan when you're losing 150 games a year in that stretch of time where the Cubs forgot baseball. This guy comes up and he can't hit at all, but he runs he's like a gazelle. He was electric. So Tony Campana, Cubs legend, shout
Nice.
out. Should be in the Hall of Very not good.
Hall of Very,
Yeah,
Hall of
the Hall
Average.
of Fun is what he should
yeah,
be.
all fun.
Shout out Tony.
The hall,
He's coming on
the
the pod
hall
next
of
week.
hall of being a guy.
Yeah.
All right, I got 2.
Yeah, yep.
Fielding, Jackie Bradley Jr.
okay. Yep.
Yeah, old
That's
JBJ.
it's a sock. All right.
That's a sock. He was a great fielder. What are we talking about here?
That's
I
fine.
think you actually should have picked him on
Arm.
He had that
Dude,
video where he threw the
He has a hose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then
that's fine.
speed. I feel like you go a lot of guys here, obviously. But I'm going with a guy who was just like, for like this moment of time, was electric.
I know who you got.
tagging
I
up
know who
on
you got.
shallow fly balls. Give me Billy the
Yep.
Kid Hamilton.
Yep. Yeah, that's a
dude.
good pick.
Yeah, that guy was
Billy
so
Hamilton.
much fun to watch for that stretch where he was like, people just didn't know what to do with him. They're like, I don't know, he's on first. He's going to be on third in 2 pitches. We just got to accept it.
Uh-huh.
Just real quick, since all of our speed guys are on, I'm kind of upset that Terrence Gore didn't get picked. He's just a professional pinch runner.
Terrence Gore.
He's got like
Yeah.
more World Series rings than he has home runs.
Mm-hmm.
Some crazy stat like that. Okay, I have power and IQ left. So power I'm going to leave till the end because I think that's the fun one. IQ, you can go a ton of different ways. This is the one I think is the least interesting though, because you can put so many guys here. I have 2 names, and I think I'm gonna go. Javier Baez for IQ. Because, do you remember in
The bunt?
Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh, when he ran straight back and the Pirates were like, what is he doing? And then he got on first base and he scored, and I think he ended up coming around to score. The Cubs dugout went insane. However,
But-
Javier Baez, not a great IQ guy on the field.
I was going to say, was that more of a high IQ for him or a low IQ for that first baseman?
I think yes.
You know,
Okay.
Really,
thank God it doesn't include plate discipline or slider
God.
recognition.
That's not the same. We're not talking. We're talking defense and base running. Okay. You know who actually should have been an IQ pick. Now that I just think of the Pirates, Josh Harrison would have been a great IQ pick.
Pedroia
There's
would have been a
so
good pick. I'm surprised
Pedroia was
Strick
second.
didn't pick Pedroia.
He was second
Yeah.
on my list. How do you not go with the professor, though? I mean, it's in the
Okay.
name.
Yeah, Kyle Hendricks, I agree. But yeah, Baez, he's one of those guys though. He's an extremely smart defender and just like an elite base runner. So like he does fit this. He's just kind of a fun pick because he's also known for buffoonery at the same time. But shout out Hobby.
Buffoonery.
Yeah.
Okay.
With your last two, you got size and arm, and if you don't pick one,
No,
you
I got
reday
hit
in the year
tool.
2016.
I got
you're
hit
wrong.
tool.
Oh, that's right. I wrote Cespedes on the wrong one. That's on me.
Idiot.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For hit tool, I was able to kind of kick around a few names. I think I'm going to go with a snake killer. Who used the whole field, great hitter, also had some pop. Todd Helton.
Mm.
Yeah.
High average, a lot of homers. Wasn't afraid to kind of spray the ball around. I think you take that hit tool, you take O'Neal Cruz's power, you've got a dangerous player.
Yeah.
Also, just a leader. I know that doesn't count in this, but feels like it should.
Yeah, I mean, we could add it in. We could add a leader and
No, we're not going to continue to
attitude.
add categories.
Credit score.
And then for size, I'm a big fan of someone who looks good in a uniform. And there's one guy who I've consistently all year have said is the hottest player in Major League Baseball, and it's Kerry Carpenter.
Oh.
It's Kerry Carpenter. He is the hottest player in Major League Baseball. He looks good in a uniform, and shout out, Gunnar bless him, and the Detroit Tigers. Kerry Carpenter is my size.
You think he's the hottest out of in the league?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Hot boy,
Kerry
certified
Carpenter.
hot boy,
Certified hot boy.
I know he's hurt. But
Chris Bryant is still in the league. Also, Dansby.
Kerry Carpenter,
Yeah.
certified hot boy. Welcome to the player for Team Langston here.
You know what? I don't know if you guys will have an answer for this, but Kylie has said on a consistent basis that if she saw Mike Trout on the other side of traffic, she would push me into the traffic just so she could cross the street safely. She thinks Mike Trout is the best looking man of all time.
That's insane. But that makes sense why she married you. If that
Very
Okay,
similar
no.
build, me and Mike Trout.
correct.
I mean, if you just look at my slump shoulders and high neck hump, we're essentially the same person.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Kerry Carpenter, hottest in the league. Shout out Kerry.
Good player.
He's a hot boy, man.
I like that pick.
Yeah.
I like that pick because he is like just a college outfielder build, like just kind of a unit. But okay. So I have my power tool left, and I can't pick Jack Parkman from Major League. That's correct. I can't pick
That
him.
is correct.
Because I know
Okay.
you're not going to pick him, let's just say that Aaron Judge is being snubbed here. Can we just go ahead and say that? Because
There's a lot of
A
guys. who are
lot-
gonna be
there's a lot of
snubbed.
guys. There's a lot of guys being
guys.
snubbed. Can we?
A
we
lot
get
of
out
our
in
younger
front of that.
listeners are like,
we,
"What are you doing?"
We understand that guys are being
Yeah.
snubbed. Please don't crucify us. We're having fun.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
old. We're old. We didn't grow up with
Well-
Shohei. All right.
I also said I'm going for names. We're growing. Yeah, okay. So I have a chalk pick, and I haven't made a chalk pick yet. I'm not going to pick him, but Jim Thome grew up
Yep.
in my area and spent a lot of time in my hometown hunting, and like everybody kind of always met him. He's a super nice guy. Hit 612 homers. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and he hit like some absolute moonshots. I don't want to pick a chalk answer because I haven't done that yet. Sammy Sosa is my king. But again, I don't want to pick a chalk answer. So I've already mentioned his name. I think that this is the crown jewel of MVP Baseball 2005. The big donkey, Adam Dunn, needs a little bit of representation on this list. So we have Dan Uggla's body and Adam Dunn's power with Michael Young's hit tool.
I like it.
That's my two-hitter. Yeah. Tony
I-
Campeo speed. This guy's a problem.
I thought you were going to go. Wait, Strick, have you picked Power? Yeah, you picked Bonds. I thought you were going to go Josh
picked
Hamilton.
Mm.
When you're talking about names, I was like, oh, like that's a name for a
Yeah.
year or two. So
You know who actually a sneaky one there? Speaking of like home run derby performances, Miguel Tejada in like '04 when he hit like 100 homers in
Uh-huh.
the home run
Yep.
derby. But yeah, Adam Dunn, I got to watch a lot 'cause he was in Cincinnati. He just
Yeah.
his home runs, he just never got cheated. But big,
Snake's
big
legend.
donkey.
Snake's
Yep.
legend. Adam Dunn.
Strick, your last one is the hit tool.
You got a couple fun.
He's thinking Brock Holt.
How many cycles have you hit in the postseason? None.
One.
Oh, how many have been hit in the postseason in general? One. It was Brock Holt. My bad.
Pick him then, coward.
No, because you're trying to win this, and I'm trying to win this, and I'm not gonna give in to you because my mom raised me to have confidence and think highly of myself. I'm gonna go with Manny Ramirez. Another sock.
That's not the sock I thought you were going to go with.
Do you think I was gonna go
Pedroia.
Mookie?
Ted Williams.
Pedroia? Teddy.
Teddy Ballgame hit 400. Out of like, okay,
Manny's
that's fine.
fun though.
But you're
such
going
a
modern. I
Pedroia
get
guy.
it. But yeah, okay, that's fine. It's fine.
It's
It's a fine
It's
pick.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
a fine pick. Manny could
Paz
hit.
can have third.
Just on names alone, I smoked you guys. Now, in terms of actual ball player, I don't know if I'm even on the roster, but that's okay.
You want to read them off real quick for the people?
Yeah. So we're gonna go. So Mike's team, he had the first pick. So for speed, he had Ricky Henderson, power tool, O'Neal Cruz, size, Kerry Carpenter, arm, Yoenis Cespedes, hit tool, Todd Helton, fielding, Andrew Jones, and IQ, Yadier Molina. I think your most fun pick there is Cespedes with the arm because I haven't heard that name in a long time. So well done. And then I'm going to go with who got second place. So Strick, his speed was Billy Hamilton, power tool Barry Bonds, size Prince Fielder, arm Vladdy Sr., hit tool Manny Ramirez, fielding Jackie Bradley Jr., and IQ Greg Maddux. Just not very well done. And then your
I just realized.
Paz.
Hold on. I just realized my player is essentially just a grown-up Pablo Sanchez from Backyard Baseball. Continue.
Go ahead.
And your first place team, speed, Tony Campana, power tool, Big Donkey, Adam Dunn, size, Dan Ugla, objectively the best pick. Arm, Rick Ankiel, hit tool, Michael Young, fielding, Andrelton Simmons, and IQ, Javier Baez. So that is your position player draft. Strick is a heck of a try, buddy.
Yeah, I know that was fun. I'll say this: some notable guys left off that pop into my mind.
Joe Mauer for hit tool.
Yasiel Puig for arm.
Oh yeah.
Puig had a cannon.
Buffoon.
Yeah.
Absolute buffoon. Mookie Betts for almost all of it. At least like 2018,
I would say hit tool
2019.
for sure. I'd say hit tool.
Yeah.
You want to give him a fielding
in the outfield to now
Mhm.
infield. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Big arm in the outfield too.
Yeah.
God, Ichiro didn't use Ichiro.
Yeah. Oh. man.
Pete didn't use Pete at all.
Yeah.
I didn't want to because he only played a couple years.
Yeah. Tatis didn't use Tatis.
Manny Machado on the arm. Remember those crazy like going into the first row throws he'd make?
Yeah.
Arenado on fielding. Arenado's been a freak for a long time.
Oh God, yeah.
I think for
Chris Davis for power tool.
Yeah.
Orioles legend.
Okay, I was gonna say which Chris Davis.
Yeah.
Who was that Padres third baseman in like the 90s who had an app? Ken Caminetti? That dude had a rifle on him. You ever see some of his throwing highlights?
Padre?
I think he was.
I think so.
Was he?
Let me Google that.
While you Google it,
I think.
I've got a few also. For size,
yes, he was a Padre.
Pablo Sandoval. David Eckstein. Because I think I'm just picturing a guy with the hit tools I gave and the power tools, but it's just David Eckstein who's 5'5" and tiny, just hitting bombs. And then you could go the other side and go like super tall, thin guys like like John Roush, Randy Johnson.
John.
Yeah, that wasn't a name you expected to hear, was it?
No,
I was gonna say that
threw up.
Sean Helly guy or Jelly or whatever, but he's got some off
Jelly
the
for the
field stuff
Giants.
going on, so we're not gonna
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot. People, we understand that we missed a lot of guys. There's only 3 of us, and we're having fun. So
Yeah.
disclaimer to all this. So
Calm down, Buchanan.
yeah, Buke especially, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna want to know where Corbin and Perdomo are in our players. That's what he's gonna want to know.
I considered Perdomo for the hit tool. I really like Perdomo.
Yeah.
By the way, Ken Caminetti, 4 years in San Diego.
Nice. That's a good pull by you, Strick. We haven't come to expect
I've
that.
been reading books. Some are saying I've been reading the books.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
Farm tool, real quick. Kyle Schwarber, obviously, but there's a fun one. I watched this guy hit a home run that I think actually flew to the White Sox stadium. Daryl Ward, who was a Cubs legend, hit a ball. It could still potentially be flying, but a fun one. Remember Lance Berkman, the Puma?
Oh yeah, the Puma, big Puma, baby. The fact he fell off the Hall of Fame ballot after one round of voting is just absolutely asinine. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like that is a top 5 switch hitter of all time.
Yeah.
And he falls off the ballot. Like, what are we? Whatever. That's a
Power move on.
Move on. Yeah.
Andres
Move
Galarraga,
on, baby. Dave Parker.
Yeah. Oh, Langston, your boy. Dante Bichette. Better than Jeter.
Dante Bichette. Better Jeter.
Jeter.
Hey,
Yeah,
also,
he could have been.
also, we go to our holiday gift exchange, dude, and a guy who we had no thought that this guy was ever going to listen to the pod. George Pedraza, shout out. He pulls me aside at the holiday gift exchange and goes, "Hey, coach, that's a bad take." He goes, the Jeter Bichette thing? That's crazy, coach.
Yeah. Shout out George. Shout out George, dude.
Oh man. No, that's good stuff.
Oh, dude. It's God, I had one more that I felt like we left off, but if I can't remember it, it doesn't matter.
There's a lot. What about like Tulo for fielding? Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Tulo for fielding. Like when I think of just balls hit hard, I think of Rockies, and I think of like Cargo, Todd Walker,
Matt Holliday.
Matt Holliday
Trevor
used
Story.
to hit Rockets.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about Trevor Story because he killed the Diamondbacks. But yeah, no, I thought it was good. Good job, boys.
No, that was good. That was. I'll make those. I'll make those things up for us. No big
Yeah,
deal.
you will. Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
All right, wrap us up here, Strick.
Oh, hey, real quick, 30 seconds. I texted Langston about this, and we're going to touch on this on Get Hot, but Ryan Parsons justifying trading Harry Ford for a career 4.5 ERA lefty reliever was just blasphemy. Non-ball knower. Unbelievable.
It's been well established, and I with all respect to that man and his family, Ryan Parsons doesn't know his ass from his elbow. Okay.
He also doesn't think Chase Field is a nice playing surface. So
he doesn't. He does not think Chase Field is a nice playing surface.
Yeah.
He is on record of saying he is played on better.
Valued listener, Ryan Parsons.
Valued listener, subscriber, certified non-ball knower. Lets me watch his dog when he's out of town. Has one of the best guy fridges I've ever seen in my life, by the way. Just like 7 things and 4 of them are condiments. Like just elite fridge out of Ryan Parsons. Shout out Parsons. But yeah.
Good man.
All right.
Good man.
Good guy, dude. Good guy. Any other shout outs before we wrap this up?
Oh, go Jacks, baby.
Go Jacks. Go Tyler Whitehat. Go NAU Ice Jacks D3. Yeah, we love Tyler here on this podcast. Love him.
Thank you.
But yeah, no. thanks for listening to the Hey Coach podcast, guys. Make sure to follow us on our 2 platforms, Spotify and YouTube. If you are a visual learner and want to see us, make sure to check out that YouTube page. We post the videos of all the podcasts. And if you're more just auditory, just like hearing us in your ears, just go ahead, hit us up on Spotify. Make sure to like and comment, leave us some of your takes, maybe build your ultimate player and leave it in the comments, or, drop it on our Instagram as well. Make sure to follow us there. I think that's it, right? Don't have a sponsor yet. Could be what do I got around my desk? Hold on. Could be Icebreakers mints. Okay. Does your breath stank?
All right, wrap
Reach
it
for
up.
an icebreaker. Okay. Alrighty. But yeah, no, this has been the Hey Coach podcast. Thank you so much for listening, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Love you.
Does your breath stink?